When are we ready? Good morning. We have a few seats up front if anybody wants to grab a seat. We will try to make this brief, but we have a number of speakers that are excited to celebrate this day. My name is Eric Kopinski. I am the program director for I-70 with MoDOT across the state, and I'm excited to celebrate this historic day. As a local St. Charles resident, somebody born and raised, I'm thrilled for this day because I first learned how to drive on this road right behind you here today. And when I first learned how to drive, we were talking about making substantial improvements to this. And to really celebrate this and have shovels in the ground and begin this, it's really exciting. And our team, our program has been moving at record pace to deliver these projects. But with this project here today that we're celebrating, we're not only going to add a third lane from Wentzville to Warrenton, to eastbound and westbound I-70, we're also going to be rebuilding the existing pavement. So we will have 3 brand new full depth concrete lanes, eastbound and westbound 70. We will have a lane addition added to I-64 from Route K to I-70. We will also be improving 5 interchanges. That will be the I-70, I-64 interchange. That will be the Route Z interchange, the Forestell interchange. We will be making improvements to the Wright City interchange, and then we also have a new interchange that will be built in Warrenton. So we have a number of great features that we're excited to celebrate here today. My job is to introduce our distinguished guests. Our first speaker that I'm going to introduce is our Vice Chairman for the MoDOT Commission, Dustin Boatwright. He's joined today by Commissioner Slay, and they're really the foundation of MoDOT. They help guide us and set direction, and the message that they've had for our team and our contracting team for I-70 is keep going, keep delivering the program, and keep the pedal to the metal. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Vice Chairman Dustin Boatwright.
Well, good morning. What a beautiful day we have in front of us. As Eric mentioned, my name's Dustin Boatwright, and I am the Vice Chair of the Highway Commission. It's such an honor and privilege to get to be here with you today. You know, the Commission's main role with MoDOT is to ensure that, that we're getting things done, that we stay focused on executing, and that we're delivering for Missourians. And, you know, an opportunity like this took a lot of different facets to come together. Number one, you had to have the money. And, you know, sitting here today is Senator Fitzwater. And, you know, it took the General Assembly, it took this idea that came from former Governor Parson. It took the General Assembly coming together to fund it. And it took a team. You know, the first 2 pieces are really important, but it also took the team to be able to execute it and to get it to this point. So, I mean, clearly with the amount of energy that Eric brings to the table and the team that he's put together with MoDOT, couple that with the engineering firms, the contractors, the folks that it takes to actually, you know, move this dirt with the excavators that we've got behind us here. Takes a lot of moving parts to get to this point. So the folks that we have in the audience today, I want to take a moment to congratulate the Improve I-70 team, the contractor team, the I-70 Alliance. You know, your efforts to get to this point are exciting. When I came around from 64 and got on 70 earlier, I noticed that we're already doing some grubbing work, so it's really exciting to see that go on. But I also want to thank the folks that took the time to come and join us today and celebrate this. This interstate system behind us, this is the first one in the country. For us to be to this point, to put 6 lanes through here from coast to coast to Missouri is a huge deal. It's a generational opportunity, and we're so blessed to have this opportunity. And with that, Eric, am I kicking it back over to you? I'm going to kick it back over to Eric. Thanks, bye.
All right, we appreciate our commissioners being out here today. There's a couple of people I want to recognize from the federal level. So our 6th Congressional District, we got Brian Nichols on behalf of Sam Graves' office. We'd like to recognize him. Representative Graves is doing a lot of work, help fighting for us in D.C. We also have some representatives from Federal Highway that have been with us hand and foot for this project. Jim Smith and Natalie Rorick are here today from Federal Highway, so we'd like to acknowledge their effort to keep this project moving. From the state level, we'd like to recognize a number of our representatives. We've done a number of meetings around the state, but without question, our representatives from the House level and the Senate level have had a number of meetings here that we've welcomed public input. And it's Tricia Burns, Mike Coslow, Colin Willenkamp, Wendy Hausman. So they are here today. We'd like to recognize them. We also have a number of other House members that were unable to make it today. It is spring recess, so we are in the middle of their spring break, but I'd like to acknowledge their support for this project, their support for this community. The next person that is going to be introduced to come speak is our senator for this area, Travis Fitzwater. Senator Fitzwater is currently the chair of the Transportation, Infrastructure, and Public Safety Committee. Senator has been very engaged in this project and our entire program, and as Vice Chairman Boatwright mentioned, he was instrumental in the funding of this program and this project. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Senator Travis Fitzwater.
Well, thanks to MoDOT. I'm honored to be here. When I won a really competitive primary a couple of years ago, right afterwards, I talked to Mayor Guccione, who represents Wentzville, and Tricia Burns, and several of the representatives here, to wrap my mind around what was happening in St. Charles. I already knew it was such a big deal to our state, but to really understand what's happening in St. Charles made a huge impact on how I decided as a senator how I was going to act when we talked about the budget and how we're going to go forward. And one of the main concerns was with the amount of growth, what's happening, the S-curve, 64 onto I-70. You only have to get stuck in traffic from 64 to 70 on a Friday night one time to realize something's got to get done here. And so it's just an honor to be a part of the process of funding the expansion of I-70, the outgrowth of that into 64, all the way up into 61, the rest of my district into Lincoln County. It was such a huge part of what I was going to do as a senator. I knew infrastructure was going to be a big deal. And so I'm just so honored to be a part of it. When Senator Lincoln Huff came to me early on in my Senate career, and he said, hey, what if we just funded the expansion of I-70 all across the state? I said, I'm all in. What do I need to do? And so I was so glad to be a part of that effort. I know Tricia was, and many of my House colleagues to step up and put that amount of money into MoDOT's hands was a big, big deal. And so just honored to be a part of it. Thankful for the work MoDOT's doing. They've already, from my district over on the western part of my district in Callaway County, the Kingdom City to Columbia, is already an incredible amount of effort that's gone into that, has already moved forward very swiftly. I'm just thrilled to see that. And so thank you to MoDOT. Thank you to my colleagues in the House. This is a huge deal. It's going to be maybe one of the biggest things I accomplished as a legislator, is getting this expanded. It's been needed for so long. You don't have to drive on I-70 very long to realize how much an expansion is needed. And so thanks for everybody being here, but really thank you to my colleagues for being a part of this effort. This is going to mean so much to our future. And my kids are here with me today. So Sadie, Eliza, Hazel, and my wife, Amy, I'm glad they're here alongside of me. But when they're driving on this one day, I hope they'll be proud about the effort that we put into it together to make this happen. So thank you all.
Thank you, Senator. So we mentioned the federal level, the state level, but this project also doesn't happen without our local leaders. And we have 2 counties that we're spanning in St. Charles and Warren County. But I first wanted to recognize, and I don't think we got the full list, so please stand and raise your hand if you're a local leader. But here with us today, we have the mayor of Wentzville, Mayor Guccione. We have the Board 3 Alderman, Michael Lavelle. We have the Board 3 Alderman, Michael Hayes. From District 1, the Commissioner Matt Flake. District 2, David Mickus. The Mayor of High Hill, Tom Stein. Then we have various members of St. Charles County and Warren County. So I'd like to acknowledge our local leaders that are here today. Our next speaker is going to be the Warren County Presiding Commissioner, Joe Gildehouse. And I first met Joe about 2 years ago when I took on this role. And I found Joe to be somebody that shows up and really connects people to make sure that we're moving in the right direction. And out of everybody I see over at the Capitol, Joe's been very engaged in really making sure that Warren County is represented at the state level. And so he's actually joined the advisory council for our Director Hassinger. So we appreciate all he's doing, but he's going to come up here and say a few words on behalf of Warren County. So I'd like to introduce Presiding Commissioner for Warren County, Joe Gildehouse.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It's an honor here to stand before you today as Presiding Commissioner of Warren County. Warren County is a community that is on the rise of growth and progress, from our municipalities to our excellent school districts. Today we gather here today to kick off a project of significant importance, the improvements of Interstate 70 through our county. Interstate 70 has long been a thoroughfare of Missouri, connecting our communities, helping our economic growth, and serving as a vital corridor of commerce and travel. However, as we all know, this critical infrastructure has been facing an increasing challenges over the years, with the congestion, some outdated designs, and many safety concerns. The plan on Interstate 70 through Warren County will most certainly improve these areas. The enhancements will ensure smoother traffic flow, reduce travel times, and most importantly, our roads will be much safer. But the project is more than just this infrastructure. It's about investing in the future of Warren County. Improved transportation means better access to roads throughout our county, attracting new businesses and creating jobs for our residents. This will also strengthen our position in the state, Missouri's economic landscape. There are many people here today to acknowledge and efforts that brought us to this point. State leaders, Missouri Department of Transportation, community people, many people have worked extremely hard on this project that will be the aspirations in the future of our county. Your input and support have been invaluable, and please remain engaged for this project and other projects to come. In closing, I would like to express my gratitude to each and every one of you for the commitment to our community, and let us continue to work together in a united, shared vision of prosperity. The improvements on Interstate 70 is not just for Warren County, but will remain in place the opportunity and growth and pride for our county. Thank you.
Thank you for those words, Joe. Spanning our other county is St. Charles County, and next up I'd like to introduce County Executive Steve Ellman. I think this will be the last time that MoDOT will be here, that our County Executive Ellman will be speaking at, but with over 30 years of experience, and I believe he's got 18 years as County Executive, you'll have to fact check me on that, but we really appreciate all you've done for us over the years and your support for I-70. St. Charles County was one of the first to come to a MoDOT and help fund part of the I-64, I-70 interchange. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce County Executive Steve Ellman.
Thank you very much. When I first ran for state representative back in 1988, every afternoon, 4 o'clock, there was a parking lot on I-70 over on the other side of the river, and people couldn't get home. And my campaign was I promised to help them get home for dinner on time and spend more time with their family and less time on I-70 in St. Louis County. I got elected, and the first groundbreaking I was at was for the 370 bridge in 1989. And this will be the last one for me, at least as far as I-70 is concerned. And we've done a lot of work on that, and after this one, Joe, I-70 is in your hands the rest of the way. We've done everything we could. I think back in 1989, at that first groundbreaking, I think Ed Hassinger was in his high school geometry class at the time. He's come a long way, as has St. Charles County, and we couldn't have done it without people like Ed and people on the MoDOT Commission. Thank you so much for everything that you've done, Senator. Thank you for your support. Commissioner Slay, I've been telling people for a long time with this railroad bridge down here that while St. Louis is the gateway to the west, to go west from St. Louis, you had to squeeze under a railroad bridge on 2 lanes of traffic that would take you anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour sometimes. And with that in mind, I also want to thank Ed or Tom or whoever planned this event for not scheduling it for 4:30 in the afternoon. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you, County Executive Elman. Our next speaker is going to be MoDOT's Director, Ed Hassinger. As we look back and check the file history, Ed is what I found to be the only district engineer for Northeast, which represents Warren County for this section of I-70, and St. Louis District. So Ed has intimate knowledge, being a leader of the districts that this project travels through, and he's now our director of the entire department. Without Ed's leadership and steadfast loyalty, we wouldn't be where we are today with our I-70 team. So without further ado, MoDOT's Director, Ed Hassinger.
Hey, it's great to be here today. You know, we have been talking about this for a long time. I remember some of the first conversations with the county executive about what we needed to do on I-70 25 years ago. So to be here today is a monumental achievement by all, and it took all. You know, the idea of starting this project, we had a lot of the pieces in place that our districts were working on, but it all came together by the efforts of local, state, and federal officials coming together and saying, hey, let's put the pieces together and let's do this all at once. I was talking to the mayor earlier and he said, I'm so excited that we're doing this. And I said, now Mayor, in 8 months, when we've got stuff tore up from Route K all the way to Warrenton, are you going to say the same thing? So we're going to have to all kind of hang in. We're all going to have to hang in there through the next few years, but the outcome that we can see in the future is a bright one. This is a national freight corridor. This is going to have huge implications for the state as a whole, but it's also the main street for these cities and counties that we're going through. So the support of the presiding commissioner and the county executive as we move through this is going to be pivotal to be successful. And I just want to thank everybody that's been involved, from the senator to our local elected officials. We're going to have to do this together as we go forward. The last thing that I want to do is, there's a lot of people that are working behind the scenes to make this happen. We have got one of the best teams that is leading this project from MoDOT that we could put together. So you've heard from Eric, who's leading this effort, but all the people that are behind the scenes that are making this thing happen, I was going to say stand up, but I think you're already standing up. So with the MoDOT team that's working on this, raise your hand. Thank you for what you're doing, and thanks to everybody. Look forward to where we're going.
Thank you, Ed, for your leadership, your guidance. I'd also like to recognize, I believe we left off Travis Wilson, State Rep for the 106th District. I'd like to acknowledge Travis being here today. Thank you for your attendance. I'm now going to introduce someone. I believe he just got off the plane from coming from Washington, D.C., but I'd like to introduce our state, or our federal rep from Washington, D.C., Bob Onder. Many know Bob is a key business leader and a state elected official. Bob serves as on our important Transportation and Infrastructure Committee in D.C. So, Bob, if you'd like to come up and say a few words, we'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. You know, this is really exciting to see this project finally get started. You know, I was elected to the Missouri House of Representatives back in 2006, and we were talking about the dire need for Highway 70 improvements even back then, and it's finally so satisfying to see this come to its fruition today. And I thank everyone for all their hard work on this. This, of course, is not only an important project for St. Charles County, but our whole region. Certainly for my district, the 3rd Congressional District extends across 16 counties from here in St. Charles to mid-Missouri. Highway 70 traverses many of those counties. But for our whole nation, as has been said, we here in Missouri, and especially here on Highway 70, we are on the crossroads of the nation. So I cannot emphasize how important this project is. I know you all know that, and I will be there for you in Washington, D.C. Anything you need, anything I can do to help, I'll be there for you. Thank you all. God bless.
Thank you, Representative. Our final speaker will be a representative from the contracting team, and our contracting team is a joint venture. They've teamed themselves I-70 Alliance, and it's a joint venture between Emery Sapp and Sons, who's based out of Columbia, Missouri, and Clarkson Construction out of Kansas City, Missouri. They have key design partners, HNTB, whose headquarters is in Kansas City, and Bartlett West, who's got a regional office in Jefferson City. This contracting team brought a lot of innovation, a lot of creativity to this project, and they also have a long track record of delivering some of MoDOT's toughest and most difficult projects here in the state. So they have a long track record, and as you can see, from when we awarded the project back in November to now we're breaking ground and have sizable work going on. That turnaround period on a $600 million job, to have that turnaround period of 5 months is unprecedented. As we go talk nationally, everybody's asking, how did you do it so quick? And our response from MoDOT side is we're blessed to have wonderful partners and subcontractors and subconsultants that are delivering for this project. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Josh Deerhoff, Executive Vice President for Emery Sapp & Sons.
Yeah, thank you for that warm welcome, Eric. We couldn't be happier to be here today. As he mentioned, Improve I-70 Alliance, joint venture of Emery Sapp & Sons and Clarkson Construction. We're so proud to be honored to break ground on this milestone project. With design partners HNTB and Bartlett West, we're excited to see this project transform. I couldn't go much further without talking about the importance of safety. This is something we talked about extensively, and we continue to talk about our commitments that we're making to the public and our partners with MoDOT. Some of the commitments we made and our cornerstone commitments that we're here to bring, first and foremost, we understand the traveling public is excited to get through this project without hiccups. One of the commitments we made is to allow 2 lanes of traffic on I-70 at all peak hours. That is a big commitment for our team, and we intend to deliver on it. We understand the importance for everyone to get from A to B safely. Second, but it doesn't rank in that order, our family members of our employees count on us every day to deliver their family members home safely every single day. There's many moms, dads, brothers, sisters, kids that are actually going to be working on this job, and it's vital. We've committed to them to deliver them home safely, and that doesn't come without everybody's commitment to that safety and excellence in safety. It takes all of our staff members. It takes the MoDOT staff members, the Highway Patrol. It takes all the motorists going up and down the road every day to deliver on that goal. So we're excited to do that. And furthermore, we are here to bring the highest quality to the corridor. This milestone project, we want it to be a legacy project that each of our companies are part of. And we're proud to be part of bringing to life this world-class project. Now, none of this would be possible without MoDOT's dedication, as you've heard, as well as all our state leaders. You know, MoDOT entrusting us to build this work and bring it to life, but also the state leaders that helped bring the investment dollars to the area. I know everybody's cold, it's tired of being in the wind, so we'll keep it short and sweet. thank you so much for being here. Thank you for entrusting Improve I-70 Alliance. And we're excited to start turning some dirt in a big way. Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a number of pictures, so we're going to get started with anyone that's an elected official. We'd ask for you to come up, and we're going to get pictures. And we've got a number of group pictures, but if you want to stick around too and get your own picture at the end, we've got plenty of photographers that will make sure we get it. But first, we're going to do the elected officials.
Stick that right there.
Yeah. Thank you.
I thought, well, can you hear me? I said, talk loud.
You are clear. Yeah, backing it up.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it off.
If we can leave the mic on, that'd be good.
You want it on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm going to call up the group,
Okay, okay.
if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Take it out. Okay. You want to just take it? Or you want
I
to
can
hold
mute it. I can mute it.
I can hold it, and
No.
when I need to
Okay.
hand it to you, I can.
All right, the next round of pictures we're going to do with the MoDOT team. Anybody from MoDOT? We're going to do a MoDOT picture. Let's get a picture. Oh. Anybody from MoDOT? Last call, come on, I see some yellow jackets back there, let's go. All right, next up we're doing contractor and design team. Anybody from the contracting team and design team? We got some people in the back you can't see. All right, we got all the contracting. Now we're going to do St. Charles County. Anybody from St. Charles County that wants to be in the picture? St. Charles County. After this, we'll do one county. Anybody else from St. Charles County? Now there's more people from St. Charles County.